Lynn and I were just talking about my recycled, fully functional broadcast museum pieces and parts that I have here.
But hey, when they work, they work. I didn't know if talking about them, was going to jinx anything.
I hope not.
Sometimes that happens, if it would... Just don't talk about it because, they could be replaced and they don't want to hear that, So.
People laugh. I say, welcome to our fully functional broadcast museum, but I'm not kidding.
No, because you just talked about something that was 1968.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's a bit... That was the year before I graduated. Yeah.
That's that piece of equipment there is 1968 vintage. This little piece of equipment here is probably 2000 vintage, 95, 2000 vintage, and it still works.
Mm-hmm.
And now some of this other stuff we have is newer. Like that black box there, that's brand new out of the box satellite receiver system for one of our networks. So, yeah, we do have some newer things in here, and then we have some older things in here. But
you think?
We kind of, as long as it keeps working, we knock on wood.
Yeah, I mean... Why replace something that works perfectly?
Yeah. But then again, yesterday, I went to Carlsbad, and we did radio and video broadcast from Carlsbad, New Mexico. So we were using the newer technology to make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
The other morning, there's a big, it's like the Westminster Kennel Club show of Britain. It's the Crufts dog show.
Yeah.
And it's in Birmingham. How do they say it? It's not Birmingham, like we say here in Alabama.
Yeah.
It's Birmingham, I think is how they say it. And so we're sitting there.
And they think I talk funny.
I know.
Yep.
So we're sitting there before we left for work with the YouTube on the computer watching live high-definition video of the silly dog show in England, in real time, live, as it's happening. And it's just the technology to do these things is just... truly amazing. I was watching a clip on YouTube this morning. There's a cover band, a Chicago cover band, Leonid and Friends. And most of the band is in Russia, but one of their lead singers is in Ukraine. He's in Kiev, or however they say that. And so they're all worried, because they're with the war and everything that's going on. And I'm watching a couple of YouTubers do an interview with the guy from his home in Kiev. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's amazing how small the world has gotten because of all this technology that we have. But a lot of it quits working, and that's where you come up with your e-waste recycling event that you have every year.
Yes.
So...
Third Friday and Saturday in June.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll have big giant boxes out there.
Yeah.
Packing all this stuff that you don't need anymore.
That's right. So when it quits working... don't throw it away.
No, it does not belong in a landfill. And if you just absolutely have to, I can't imagine why you just absolutely have to, not you per se, but you as anybody that's listening that has dead electronics.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you've had it this long. Surely you can save it until June and bring it to us and it'll properly be disposed of.
Yeah.
Because that's why we spend all the money having this event.
That's right.
And it is not cheap, people. So we make zero off of it.
Right.
I wish we did make money off of it. That'd be great. But unfortunately, we don't. I mean, we buy boxes, we buy our advertising, and we pay for freight, which... I think this is the fourth year we didn't use to. Oh, God, freight could eat us this year with the gas prices.
Yeah.
Yeah, well...
I just shipped some things off yesterday, and it was about double what I thought it was going to be, but I know why it's double.
Yeah. Oh, the jokes that I see on Facebook. I usually don't brag on going to expensive places, but I just left the gas station. And another one, my girlfriend wanted to go to an expensive restaurant, so they set up a table at the gas station there. It's like, really?
Well, you've got
to find humor in this.
You could go to the brewer station over here at First and Main, and they've got that little seating area inside there, so that could be your expensive date night date.
Ooh, at the gas station. Wow.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, even the guy that makes the electric cars said we need to be drilling for oil and we need to be cranking up our nuclear power plants. And that's the guy who's made a ton of money and has really been the driving force behind the adaptation of electric cars in this country. So even he's a realist when it comes to our energy needs in the United States.
You can't turn green overnight.
That's right.
So when they were talking about the pipeline the other day, and Jen, however properly, I cannot properly pronounce her last name.
Pisaki,
she says,
but the P is silent, so it's Saki.
Saki, okay. She said, well, we want to continue with our green. Well, you cannot turn green overnight.
Right.
So what about the torture that you're putting these people through in the meantime by not having... And we've got it. There's no excuse for this nonsense. You know, years ago, however many, 12, whatever, when the gas prices went sky high then, and my son-in-law in the Navy, and they were in Norfolk, and there were couples that, you know, one of them was in the military, the other one obviously stayed home or had a job. Well, there was a lot of people that had to quit their jobs because if they had children, they could not afford daycare and gasoline. They had to choose. So it was cheaper for them to quit their job and stay home to take care of the kids. You should not have to do that. If you are willing to work and you have a job, you should be able to afford your gasoline to get to your job and pay for your child care to continue to work. There is something wrong with this, people.
No question about it.
And just because Biden has money doesn't mean the rest of the world does.
Well, he's got lots of money.
Probably ill-gotten.
From the Russians and stuff. But no, it's crazy because there was a big push by the current administration and the people in Congress to get the wages up. And either through government suggestion or private sector response, you know, $13-15 an hour to pour coffee and flip burgers and you know, a lot of these entry-level type jobs all of a sudden are getting paid so much. Well, if you're going to pay people $15 an hour to pour coffee and flip burgers, the cost of the burgers and the cost of the coffee is going to go up.
Yeah, so nobody's going to be gaining anything. You're going to be living the same way.
That's right.
It's just like, ooh, wages in California are so great. Yeah, well, they're paying some places over $6, $7 a gallon for gas right now.
That's right.
So much of their tax is in the gallon of gas.
Oh, yeah.
$5 for a gallon of milk? I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know, you're not living any better. Yes, you're making more, but you're not really living better.
Right. So
it takes that.
It takes that because we come through the COVID crisis where we were paying a lot of people and businesses because we told them you couldn't work or you couldn't run your business because of COVID. Then we come out of that and the push is to get the wages up, and a lot of wages had to go up naturally just because of trying to get people to come back to work.
Yeah, and they're still sitting there
after getting paid not to work. We were paying people with kids extra money because they had kids. I mean, there's all this money that was going out. And then we pushed the raise the wages. Now we compound that with the high cost of the energy. And everything, you know, you think the stuff you buy online is going to stay really, really cheap.
It has to get shipped to you somehow.
That's
it's
right.
Not by carrier pigeon, y'all.
Yeah.
It's going rail, truck to your door.
That's right.
It's going to cost you because that fuel is up for everybody, not just you. It's all those trucks out there are running on something that ain't air.
That's right.
So you're going to be paying for it.
Yeah. So it's all combining together, and we see the inflation rate at the 40-year high and all this, and all our administration says is no to pipelines, no to permits, no to getting the permit process sped up, no to energy exploration on public lands. No. And when it comes time...
But it'll get better. We're gonna be okay.
Well, we're gonna be okay when we adopt the green energy policies.
Which is not happening overnight.
And build our green Quonset huts that use wind power to live on. And we all convert to electric cars, which still have to have oil to make the tires and make the other components that go into the cars.
Some intelligent person should go into Congress and say, okay, here's the deal. Start naming everything that has a petroleum product on it and tell them, start stripping, kids.
Yep.
and pile it in the middle of the floor. And when they're sitting there in their skivvies, if they have anything left, because there could be rubber and whatever else in the elastic, maybe they'll figure out you can't do without a petroleum. If they took everything out of your house, what would be left that does not have a petroleum product in it somewhere?
Yeah.
Your wife might be real upset if she didn't get her makeup because there's petroleum products in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I don't think they think beyond the end of their nose. There's no common sense left anywhere.
No, they seriously look at the climate crisis, whatever they define it is, as if we don't fix that, we're not going to have an earth to live on. So instead of being worried about the Ukrainian people and the Russian invasion of Ukraine, we're worried about how the Russians are carrying out the war and its impact on the environment. And is this going to slow down Russia's adaptation of green energy policies and stuff like that? Russians don't care. You know, it's stupid. The Chinese, as Congresswoman Harrell said, are building coal-fired power plants as quickly as they can because they want to be able to have their own energy and not rely on the U.S. or Russia or other countries for their own energy because, you know, and so it's insane what the rest of the world, they don't play the game that we play here.
The same game.
But, and we're being constrained by the people that have these rules on us. So
well, anyway. I would say there was so many leases out there on government.
There's 9,000 leases out there.
That they already have, but it also said that people were so leery of drilling on it because once they start, the law may change the next day.
That's right.
And they may affect it. Well, then we've already, we've got this started. We've invested this much money. We've put all this work into it. We've got people, well, sorry, no, today you can't.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you might be able to, but today you can't.
That's right.
So, when you're dealing with crazy people.
Yeah.
You don't know what to do.
Well, exactly. You
really don't.
You really don't. So, anyway, Linda and I have solved all the problems.
You think?
No.
I don't know.
They don't listen to us.
I still don't think, climate change, yes, the climate is changing, but I think it will go back.
It changes every season.
No.
Look at right now. Are you telling me it is snowing?
I know. And
on the 11th of March.
60 degrees at 5 o'clock yesterday.
Well, we can't call it global warming anymore because they gave up on that.
Yeah.
So they're saying, well, this is because of climate change. Mm-hmm. No, we're having a late winter snow.
Yeah, it's not spring yet.
No, that's right.
Yeah. So, and it's still coming down. In fact, it's kind of going sideways.
Yeah. So these people are nuts.
But they've unearthed little bugs and fossils that are deep down into the ice. Mm-hmm. Okay, if they're that deep down, they were obviously on dry land. Well, maybe not dry land, but they
were around.
Yeah.
Before.
And then they got all that ice piled on top of them. Mm-hmm. Well, it's a vicious circle. It may take 1,000 years, but it's a circle. It will happen again.
That's right.
It's the way the Earth works. You can't fix it. You can't change it. Yeah, you can clean up the air. Obviously, that was proven when everybody was staying home with COVID. But I'm a firm believer that it's a circle, and it will happen again. We will go through an ice age or where everything freezes up and, changes drastically.
And it won't make any difference what our fluorocarbon and our CO2 emissions are, whether we go into this ice age or not.
Yeah, whether you have cows running around. They had cows and cattle and things emitting gases before. And guess what? It still changed and went through its cycle.
That's right.
Yeah, we are a filthy people. That's obvious. Look at the litter around that drives everybody around here crazy.
Yep.
There's no excuse for that sort of nastiness.
Yep.
You shouldn't have to have people and organizations going out and cleaning up after you. Don't throw it.
Yeah.
It's real simple.
Yeah.
Get a little bag, put it in your car. When you get home, dump it in your household trash, but don't throw it out.
Don't throw it in the back of the truck.
No, because the wind sucks it out.
That's right.
And it doesn't take much of a breeze to suck it out. I mean, you just driving down the road is enough of a breeze to suck out whatever you threw back there.
Yep.
I would love to be able to write tickets. I need one of those little lights, that they just slap on top of your car and pull up beside somebody and give them a ticket.
The county passed an ordinance recently, an illegal dumping ordinance, And
about time.
And it empowered a few folks, in addition to law enforcement, to be able to do that. They should have put you on that list.
Oh, listen.
And given you a pad of tickets.
Well, that's why I could never be a judge, because I'd be a hanging judge. Seriously.
I think you would.
You did this? Oh, let me see how many hours I can give you. Oh, yeah. You're going to be old with grandkids.
You wouldn't be literally hanging them, but you would be getting them out on the roads and the highways to pick up trash.
They would pay for their crime, and
I
they
think
would
it's a
never
great
do
idea.
anything again. And they need to, or they need to fine these people enough to where it hurts.
Yeah, real fines.
Yeah, real monies. Not just, oh, honey, you don't need to do that anymore. That's so wrong. Here, give me $5. No.
Yeah.
Put a couple of zeros behind that, and then the more you do it, the more zeros get added.
All right. Give Linda the ticket book for the illegal dumping folks, and let her start writing tickets. You have a golf scramble coming up this month.
The 26th.
So this is the last hurrah for winter, so the weather's going to be perfect for your golf tournament,
let's
right?
hope, please. It has been. It's always been wonderful, thank you, but who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, you just pray, Lord, please let this be a good day. Please let it be nice. I think it was a couple of years ago, the wind and the weather had been really nuts up to that time, and there were people that didn't play because they thought, well, it's been crap up to this day. It was 72 degrees, no wind that day. It was beautiful. And I thought, boy, did you miss out. You just have to roll with it and take your chances. That's all you can do.
So go ahead and sign up today.
Yes.
Especially today with it snowing out there.
Yeah.
You call up the pro shop and say, I know the weather's going to be perfect on Saturday the 26th.
Yeah, when Linda has her scramble, it's going to be good. That's all we can hope for.
Okay.
Because this is our only fundraiser. Obviously, we need the money. Letters have been sent for T-Box sponsors. I hope people will be generous.
Yep.
That's all you can hope for. And there are board members out collecting door prizes. So, and like I said, nobody likes to ask people for things because we are very well aware of how many organizations in this town do things, and they all have their hand out for something. But I'm very sorry. I can't help that in a sense. I know what it's like. I've been the business owner. I know what it's like to have people come in and ask for whatever. I do my very best to support all the businesses around town just because of that. I feel like if you're going to ask a business for something, you better be one of them that supports that business.
Oh, yeah.
So
be a T-Box sponsor. And for that, call you?
Yes, please.
Okay, call Linda for the T-Box sponsors. If you want to sign up for the golf tournament itself to play golf, call Juan out at the Artesia Country Club.
Yes.
And tell him what your handicap is.
I don't know if he cares as long as you sign up.
Well, my handicap is I got this foot that's just like killing me over here. So that's coming up in 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah, it's time just goes so fast. I mean, we're flipping calendar days or calendar pages for this month and this month and this. This is already almost the end of March. It's ridiculous. What happened to what happened to New Year's Eve?
I know.
It just zips by.
It's insane. Now, I wanted to go back to the recycled art show for just a second. How long will the recycled art be on display at the library?
Till the 19th.
We had some fun with Mayor Miller. He said the council approved a plat just north of Artesia. It's not in the city limits, but it's in the extraterrestrial zone.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And I thought,
good to know.
I thought that was great. We're doing the elements. But anyway, how long will the voting go on, and how long will the recycled art be on display?
It will be taken down Saturday the 19th.
Okay.
So,
a week from tomorrow.
Yeah. Wow. I may end voting on the 17th that evening so that they can see ribbons and stuff on the 18th.
Okay.
And then taken down. If you cannot get there by 5 on the 19th, please let me know ahead of time, because then I will take it all to the office. Because, the library is very good at holding pieces, but that's not their job. So it's my job. So, yeah, if you cannot be there, just let me know ahead of time.
So go by, and again, it's anytime the library is open. Yes. Is when you can go by, and it's all in the promenade.
You can't avoid it. If you go in either door, it's in your face. Trust me. And it is so cute.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. I'm so impressed with all the kids and the adults that entered. Their imaginations were really working. So
there might be a lot of kids over there on the 19th, because that's when Jim Gill's sing-a-thon of celebrated songs is that morning at 10 o'clock. So they'll probably have a pretty decent crowd of folks that will come in on that Saturday morning. And
in amongst all the takedown. Wow.
Well, maybe you should move the takedown back a little bit.
You mean move it ahead? Yeah, back.
Yeah.
That's true.
Just a thought. Just a thought. It's your schedule. You have to deal with it.
Then I have to call everybody.
That's right.
Yeah, well, maybe that's not such a hot idea.
Yeah. One other thing I want, it is time change weekend.
Yes.
This weekend.
So spring ahead.
Yes. We lose an hour.
Yes,
this weekend. 1 o'clock becomes 2 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah, magic
morning.
In the middle of the night.
That's right. And I think all of our ancient computer systems will handle that okay. Except for one. And I'm waiting for the creator of that software to get back to me to make sure that I'm not going to be awakened at 2 o'clock in the morning with a mess up with the automation system.
I remember 100 years ago, because my mother worked for the phone company, and there was always somebody that had to be designated to go down to the telephone office in the middle of the night and change everything at, for the 2 o'clock turnaround. And now it's magic, your phones and your clocks. I have clocks at home that you have to go around and set. But your television is smart enough, your computer is smart enough to know that it jumps ahead.
Let me ask you this: with the recycled event coming up in June, one of the tips that the Red Cross said is that look at your smoke detectors, and if they're over 10 years old, you should replace them because the sensors get weak.
Okay.
Are old smoke detectors?
I don't think they're
recyclable.
I don't think they're an electronic. I don't know.
Well, they're powered by a battery, and they have a sensor that detects particles in the air and then makes a alarm if
yes, if I'm going to broil anything in my oven, I go first and take the battery out of the smoke alarm of the hall. I could not figure this out one day. It panicked the crap out of me. I was pork chops, come on, and they weren't burning. And there went the smoke alarm, and I couldn't figure out what the world it was, whether it was my alarm system or the smoke alarm. And I called the alarm system, and I said, "Don't worry, it's just me." And they had no clue as to what I was talking about.
Oh, gosh.
It was the smoke alarm. It doesn't, those suckers work good.
Well, you should change the batteries in them this weekend.
Yeah, that's what they tell you. Make sure your battery is good.
And then replace them if they're 10 years old or older. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and update them with the newer models. Not because they don't work, but the sensors over time get less efficient.
Good to know. Well, then I should probably get a new one because I know mine's over 10.
Yeah.
Easy.
So just something that's the Red Cross. Just something to think about.
Well, yeah, but it makes sense, because they improve things all the time. You know?
Either that or the smoke detector companies are saying, hey, we got to get sales up. Mm-hmm. So let's just tell everybody after 10 years.
You need one, whether you like it or not. Yeah, I came in the house the other day and I heard this weird little tip, and I thought,
needs a battery.
Okay, that's the one in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Needs
you
a
touch that 9 volt to your tongue, and if it doesn't do anything, it's
now,
not
Linda.
any good. That's what you do. If you put a new one on there, you know that it's alive.
Little battery tester for little or nothing online or at Walmart or something like that.
Yeah, well, my tongue's real cheap. It'll tell you one way or the other whether that sucker's dead or not.
No, we do not condone that at KSVP. Although I have done that, but no, no. All right, anything else? If people want to call you about the golf tournament or any questions about the Recycled Art Show or anything like that,
we're doing good.
Okay, give me a call.
Doing good. Yeah. if you want to schedule a cleanup, because 1st of March to end of May is Great American Cleanup time frame. So Artesia is going to be out this Saturday doing a cleanup.
Oh, good for them.
Please be considerate when you see people along the highways. Don't throw trash at them that they can pick up too. That's happened. I think that's about the rudest thing that can possibly happen.
Oh, gosh. All right.
Yeah.
So what's that phone number?
If you want to join enter or start a cleanup, give me a call, 575-748-3192, and I'll set you up with bags and all kinds of good stuff.
Excellent. Linda, thank you as always.
You're welcome.
Enjoy your blueberry muffin from McDonald's.
You know it.
And we'll be back with Aaron next.
The 2022